everyone! Okay, so we're gonna try this one more time, lost connection, but I am determined to share this with you guys because this is extremely important. So, hello to all of you watching the replay. For those of you who don't know me, because there's a lot of you who have hopped on my Facebook account in the past 2 weeks, my name is Simran Gole. I am a soul realignment practitioner, spiritual life coach, and I'm also the creator of the Soul Awakening Journey. And we lost connection first go around, so this is going to be take 2. So basically, like I said in the last video, if you're watching this, hi everyone who jumped on live, to put a 1 in the comments if you've been really feeling kind of angsty, really anxious, the past couple months, just really unsure, kind of at a crossroads. A lot of people have been really feeling this. And I've been getting a ton of text messages, emails, people coming to me asking me what's going on with them. Is it just them? And it's honestly not. It's just the energy. There's a lot of people from all different spiritual aspects who have been kind of sharing their take on it, especially in astrology. We do have a Mercury retrograde coming up, and if you don't know what Mercury retrograde is, hey Ariel, how are you? Love you. If you don't know what Mercury retrograde is, I ask you to Google that because astrology is not my zone of genius, and that's not what I'm here to talk about, and I'm about to get really real. In the context of what I'm about to talk about, a lot of people in the spiritual world are starting to use astrology as a crutch instead of a tool to propel themselves into acting out their purposes. A lot of people are using it as a crutch to move into inaction and as an excuse of why they can't do something. And I'm not here to talk about astrology, but there are some astrological contributors to what's going on. But ultimately, guys, it is time for us to really get into aligned with who we are at soul level. All of our blocks, everything that is not in alignment with who we are at soul level cannot survive. Anything that is inauthentic to who we are at soul level cannot survive. It is reaching its expiration date. I know a lot of people are feeling it, but that's ultimately what's going on. So if you have something going on in your life that's holding you back, limiting beliefs, things are not in alignment with your truth that you're still participating in, it is reaching its expiration date, its expiry date, expiration date, and it's really time to shed your shit and get real with your soul and really step into your divine path and purpose. Like, that's ultimately what's going on. That's just my download that I'm sharing and my perspective from this as I've been working on myself. The act of me doing this live video right now is me shedding my shit, because what's coming up as an expiring for me is me not stepping out, putting myself out there and sharing my message with the world. Me hiding, me just playing small and kind of sitting back and just being very blasé and mediocre about it, and it's just not time for that. Hey Deneen, how are you? I hope I'm saying your name right. But that's ultimately what's going on. Is just anything that is completely out of alignment with your divine path and purpose. It's the time is out. The time is running out. Like, it's literally you have no other choice but to move forward, because it's gonna get really uncomfortable for a while. I mean, look at the world and the state of where we are right now with what's going on in the world. It is time for us to step up. If you know deep within your soul, within your gut, within your heart, in your spirit, that you have a higher path and purpose, it is time for you to step up, because it's not going to be good. It's not going to feel, it's all right. It's not going to be comfortable stepping in your purpose regardless, but it's just not going to be a good time. Like, seriously. So what is your soul calling you to do? I kind of wrote notes because I'm trying to keep on track. Sorry if I'm looking down, but ultimately I want you to ask yourself, what is your soul calling you to do? And feel free to just take it in and rewatch this video and bust out your journal later, but what is your soul calling you to do? And 9 times out of 10, if you felt drawn to watching this video, you already know. Like, you already know, and it's just that you're not moving forward into doing it. But once again, what is your soul calling you to do? What are those things that your soul is aching for you to do in your life? And to really start to get clear on that and focused on that, because as you get clear and as you get specific about that, that's when the energy is really going to start to come together to give you the direction and what next steps to go to really go out and pursue that. Michelle, how are you? Oh my god, I love you. Hey Kristen, how are you? So ultimately, that's it. What is your soul calling you to do? All the rest that I've talked about, you guys can catch on the replay. Svenja, hello. I love you guys. And so, I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. So, this is the thing this is what we can do about it. Okay? Because I know with this anxiety and with this fear and with all this angst, comes fear. I just said fear. But the thing is, guys, is you already know what your soul is calling you to do. And the number one thing that is keeping you from moving into action to pursuing that purpose and to aligning with that purpose is fear. But here's the thing with fear. Fear is the gatekeeper to your gifts. Your fears are the gatekeepers to your gifts. Your gifts are going to be where your fears are. Just like me doing exactly what I'm doing right now, because to be completely vulnerable with you guys, I am scared shitless. This is completely uncomfortable for me. But this is in alignment with my gift. My gift is to teach. My gift is to communicate. And I tell stories really well in video. And I'm realizing that, and that's what I'm being directed in. So everything that I'm talking about right now, this right here is an example of that and how I'm doing it. Because I'm not just going to tell you what to do, and I practice what I preach. So I'm all about that authenticity. So this is what we can do. I'm not going to say this is what we need to do, but this is just what I've downloaded and what I feel we can do to really bust through our blocks and get over our shit and really step up and be the influencers and the leaders that we are. Because let me tell you something, everybody in this world is a leader in some capacity, because each and every one of us influences somebody. So it's time for us to step up. We got to get out of this, oh, well, this person has 50 million followers and is a motivational speaker and does all that stuff. No, like, living your purpose has nothing to do with an occupation. It's a state of being. It's being in alignment with your soul. So if you're ready to bust through some blocks, put a 2 in the comments. Put a 2 in the comments if you're ready to bust through some blocks and really use this energy that's going on to really quantum leap you into your purpose and onto the next level. Put a 2 in the comments. So, number 1 is to really look at the way. 2. I feel you, Chelsea. 2, Janine, awesome. So, number 1, this is what we're gonna do. We need to really look at the ways that we self-sabotage. I mean, really take a step back in our minds in our day-to-day. Like I said, to Ariel, all right, yeah. So look at where we self-sabotage. Really take inventory of that and be willing for the next week to look at where in your life that you're holding yourself back. Look at your thoughts, look at your beliefs, look at the actions or even the inaction of something, and really take inventory of that. And once again, just like with asking yourself, you know, what is your soul calling you to do when you journal and when you rewatch this video, really go back each day and monitor that. Take inventory of that. Look at the things that you invest in that are just okay for you. Because the mediocrity, that's expiring as a collective. Like, and I'm talking about down to the people that you subscribe to in your email. If it's just okay, if it doesn't light you up, unsubscribe. If those shirts in your closet are just okay and they don't light you up, sell them, give them to Goodwill. Literally look at as many things in your life that are just okay. Whether it's friendships, relationships, even a job. Start looking for a job that lights you up. Or even start pursuing that business that you want to start and that career that you want to get into that lights you up. Really start moving into inspired action to incorporate more things into your life that light you up and raise your vibration and keep you spiritually lit on life on a regular basis because the mediocrity is shedding away. I just gave literally 7 pounds, not 7 pounds, 7 trash bags of stuff to Goodwill. I'm selling a bunch of stuff. I unsubscribed to a ton of stuff in my email. Krista, hey girl. And it's not just physical, and I'm even looking at and assessing my relationships. I fired a business coach and hired a new one because it was just okay. It wasn't moving me to where I needed to be. So once again, just the things that are okay. And so that's the first one. And really look at your mindset patterns. So this kind of goes back and forth with the first point, but I really want you to look at the patterns and the limiting beliefs that come up as you pursue these things and as you get into alignment. Once again, like, oh, I'm not as good as her at that, or I'm not as good as that person. Oh, I can't afford that schooling that I need. Oh, that job, I'm not qualified enough for that job. So as those limiting beliefs come up, the I can't, that's just your ego talking. That's honestly, it's all the fear and all those things. It's just your ego talking. And the ego has a job because so many spaces in the spiritual community also bash the ego and say that the ego is evil. The ego is not evil. It's a tool that we have to put in its proper place. All right. Because the ego's job is to keep us to help us survive. It's to help us be safe. It's to keep us from putting our hand in the fire so we don't get burned. So the ego does have an important role in our lives, but it's assessing, is that really true? It's assessing that, because we're moving into new mental and thought patterns. And so that's scary. That's scary for our subconscious mind. So it's important for us to, when we come into those limiting beliefs, to step back and look at that belief and ask yourself, is this really true? Is this ultimately true? Is this 100% absolutely true? So for example, I can't get up and share what's on my heart with these people because I'll get judged for it. Is that ultimately true? No. There's people who could absolutely be blessed by what I'm saying. And then give yourself a long list of evidence to support those things. So that's what you want to do when you encounter limiting beliefs, and just constantly get into the habit of writing that out. Is this ultimately true? No. And then writing evidence that it's true, and then creating an affirmation. My message is of high service and helps millions of people around the world, and you can adapt it to however it is that you need to be, however it works for you. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. And the third is forgiving the past. So it's looking back and forgiving all the areas that you have self-sabotaged, that you've thought negatively of yourself, that you've made bad choices. So it's looking at those things and saying, listen, I forgive you. And clearing it, because the action of forgiveness is clearing those things to make space for new alignment and new truth. So if this is resonating with you, definitely put a 3 in the comments. If it's resonating. Jackie, hello, how are you? So forgiving the past. Monisha, hello. So just to do a little recap for everybody that just hopped on, talking about the energy, kind of all the 3, awesome, Chelsea. So we're talking about the energy, is this funky energy that's going on, and it's just that we're being called to align with our higher purpose. That's it. Basically, in the gist of it, you can watch the beginning and the replay. And so we're being called to look at the ways we self-sabotage, look at our limiting beliefs, right? So we need to look at our limiting beliefs. Matthew says 3. Oh, hi Matthew. I hope to see you soon. I haven't seen you in forever. And we need to forgive the past. And the 4th and most important one is we need to move into that inspired action, right? Because lasting change only occurs with radical action. I'm not talking about crazy, he waved, oh, awesome. I'm not talking about crazy, like, extremist radical action. I'm talking about, like, radical action in the sense that it really shakes you up and gets you out of your comfort zone. Like, once again, this video is my radical action. Me doing this live is my radical action, okay? So lasting change requires radical action. So it's getting out and acknowledging your fears, acknowledging your beliefs, clearing that shit, right? Right? So we're clearing that, forgiving the past, and then we're making new choices to support those new beliefs. And it's a daily practice. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? And so part of moving into that inspired action is also keeping our vibration up. And I know that so many people kind of sigh and roll their eyes when I talk about meditation, but meditation can mean so many different things. So meditation is just doing something that gets you in a place that feels present and that feels good for you. So it can just be sitting in nature and watching. It can be actual traditional meditation, sitting quietly, breathing, mindfulness meditation, but just doing things that get your vibe up 100%. So that's really ultimately it as far as offering value and tools that you can use to kind of get through this funky energy. But guys, like, we have to rise up. Like, we have to put our big boy pants in our big girl pants, and we have to align with our soul. And so that's really all that I had on my heart to share. Does anybody have any questions? I was gonna take a sip of my water, but I left it all the way across my room, if that's okay. Hey, Coley, how are you? And then L Payne and MUA, I can't remember what your name was. Elizabeth, how are you? But yeah, and so I highly recommend that if you're not a member of the Soul Activation Collective, when I get off of this live, I will put the link in the description of the video above. I highly recommend that you join because we're going to go deeper with these limiting belief blocks. Hey, can you tell me your name once again? The L Payne MUA? I feel bad. I know that's not like your name, and I remember you told me your name. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I feel bad. But yeah, if you are not a member of the Soul Activation Collective, it's a free Facebook group. I highly recommend that you join. Lawanda, awesome. So good to see you, Lawanda. I'm so sorry. But I highly recommend that you join the Facebook group because we're going to really be doing more like blockbusting activities. I'm going to have free resources out there for you. And if you live in the Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads area, since we were talking about releasing and clearing and blockbusting, there's going to be a full moon release ceremony this Saturday at 7 p.m. on 68th Street at the Oceanfront. And then on Sunday, in the Soul Activation Collective group, I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live online version for everyone who can't get out there or if you don't live in the Virginia Beach area. And if you really want some more support as far as figuring out your soul purpose, getting really clear on what that looks like for you, please feel free to shoot me a Facebook message and we can have a conversation about how I can serve you with that. So I'm going to hop off, and I want to thank each and every one of you that came in and listened, and I hope you got good value from this. Please let me know. Please type a 4 in the comments section if this was high value and you got some insight and hearts, yay! So if this was of high service for you, I will definitely be doing more of these, and I will talk to you guys later. I'm gonna hop off. And 4, yay, Chelsea. All right, so you guys have a wonderful night, and like I said, join the Facebook group. Link will be on the top. If you want some more support and how I can serve you in discovering your soul purpose, shoot me a message, or you can send me an email at hello@official Simrandev, SIMRANDEV.com. I love you guys. Peace.